We're in today with two R9 280X. They are in Crossfire. Today's purpose is to see if two completely different models can run in Crossfire. If there is any bugs, I want to see if I find some games that are compatible. I want to use default mode on Crossfire and see how many games that are compatible nowadays with Crossfire. I like Crossfire and SLI, so we're going to pair it up with this i7 9 Gen. I'm going to take a look and see what we have here. This is the first card that is in the PC, the MSI. It's got 3 GB of VRAM, 384 bits, 11.1 DirectX, 2048 shaders. Now, if you select the second one, it will show ATI AIB and has this bus width 32 bits. Instead of 300 bits, it's got only 32 bits. I don't know why. Because it's Crossfire. I have no clue. I'm guessing because it's taking over from the first one. 384 bits. 32 bits. Gonna see how it's running, how it's performing, glitching, no glitching, and kind of weird experiment for today, seriously. But nevertheless, let's jump in. All right, let's start with Harry Plunker. Apparently, we are in some nice settings. Let's see the settings. 1080p, FSR, ultra performance, sharpening, and on low. In order to get better performance, I think I have to utilize all of the things. For instance, the system RAM. It's using system RAM, you know? So in this case, if you're interested on putting 2 video cards like this, apparently it doesn't work. It only works one, you know? Crossfire, it's not compatible with Hogwarts Legacy, you know? So 66 degrees, that shows me that 98% of the code load, you know, running on 1020 megahertz, you know, and 81% on the fan speed. That is giving me 66 degrees. Those are actually cool, you know, cool temperature. The temperature is okay. The code load is maximum. Everything is loaded, you know. I'm reaching 3000 megabytes of VRAM with this video card. 3 gig is the VRAM limit, so if it's reaching 2.8, 2.9, then I'm getting this lag. But it's on the limit. It's not limit. How should I say, the lag, the 36 FPS that I have here, it's not because of the memory, it's because of the core. It's exactly on the limit. So Crossfire, no. Does it run with one video card? Okay, 34 FPS. If you want to lower some resolution, do some more settings, or do you know a secret how to adjust this game, apparently you will have something similar regarding the performance. So Crossfire, no. All right, let's test GTA 5. I think this is the first game that will run in Crossfire because it shows there in the corner I am the Crossfire technology. So on 1080 DirectX 11, FXA, MSA, I'm gonna leave exactly how we want it. Very high, very high, very high, ultra. Okay, if you say so, I'll let you have it. All right, we're in GTA Online with Crossfire. Apparently this is interesting because I have 2 video cards, R9 280X, that are not the same model, and I'm playing online, you know, and they're working. They're glitchy. This is glitchy for everything that is Crossfire. This is how it's doing MSI Afterburner. I think I have to put FPS monitor, but regardless of that, I think it's running perfectly. 60-70 FPS, you know, it's quite okay. Now, if you are asking me about if I wanted to play this all day, I will take it because it runs really smooth. There's no glitches around. There is nothing, I should say, that is making me not enjoy the game, you know. I'll disable FPS monitor because it's glitchy. MS Afterburner because it's glitchy, you know. So yeah, that's the only thing that I will do. Now the CPU is doing a fantastic job here at 60 degrees with 50% load. It's eating around 90 watts. The system RAM, it's 10 gig of system RAM. It's actually cool. 75 degrees on the GPUs, on the cores, 85 on the load, with 80% fan rotation. That is around 3000 on average. It's delivering a nice temperature Right, let's see how it's running in the casino. 60 FPS. If I can get 60 FPS, then it's okay. Oh my god, he got RP. Today, oh my god, RP. Everybody's got RP. Let's test Fortnite in performance mode. We are. I think this is the only way I can make the video card run, just in case it doesn't support this Crossfire. But I already know that is not working because I don't have the logo there in Crossfire technology, you know. But nevertheless, I just want to see if it's doing something, you know, the second GPU. So let's jump in performance mode and unload details and see how it's running. So when it comes to performance, I really like how it's working, but apparently Crossfire is not enabled. I'm not gonna lie, I wish I had more performance from both of the cards. I like how it's working in single without Crossfire. The CPU on the other hand is not even bothered with 44%. Damn! Managed to get away. I'm not gonna lie, I got scared there and I actually thought I'm going to die. But nevertheless, I really like how the GPU, single GPU is performing. It doesn't work in Crossfire, but I like the performance that it's having. Now with 81% on the fan speed, that means 2700 RPM. I'm getting 71 degrees, 78 degrees actually. This is not a good temperature because it's getting just a bit hot, you know, for my taste. You know, but on the second GPU, it's not running. There is no Crossfire, so I'm a bit disappointed. But it does deliver the performance that I want, over 100 FPS. Wish I had the second GPU, but nevertheless, this is it. This is life. Let's try Call of Duty. I think this will be ideal to see how it's working. Crossfire apparently doesn't work, but I don't want to see how it's working. On minimal, apparently, as a profile, 1080p, customize a lot of things here, no dynamic resolution, and that's it. All right, let's see how it's running with the setup. Apparently Crossfire is not working, but regardless, I want to see some performance and see if we can get some decent experience with this. The CPU, it's actually good with this game, apparently. 34% load on this resolution. The temperature is quite okay, running under 50 degrees. If I can keep continuing like this, it will be quite okay, but apparently I managed to snipe it with this. Nevertheless, the focus today is on the GPUs, both of the GPUs, because you know, it doesn't run on Crossfire, so ideal will be to have them in Crossfire, but only one is working, and I'm sponging over one video card. The GPU load, it's only on one video card, and hence why it's got such a high temperature, because of the RPM that I have on the video card, only 2700. I'm thinking the fan has a saying in this one, even though it's 80% load on the fan, 80% on the fan speed, it's still overheating. 72 degrees. 72 degrees is not quite okay for a video card like this, you know. It's an AMD video card and they tend to die with high temperature, like me now. But on the VRAM, apparently it's utilizing 2300 megabytes from the whole VRAM. Ideal will be to have them both in Crossfire, but apparently it's not working, so I will take everything that I can, even though this video card is doing a lot. The render scale is not ideal because it's forcing the GPU to look... No, I'm sorry, let me rephrase this. The render scale is making the GPU look very weak. I'm not gonna lie. Longer. Let's see how Witcher is working. Apparently with older video cards it's not working really nice, but with 2R9 to 80X in Witchers, you get the proper experience, you know. So we got hundreds of FPS, 2 gig of VRAM it's used, but this is quite fantastic on the performance. So we got something to do here. I got the Crossfire logo and I really like how it's working, seriously. CPU wise, nothing. 30% on the CPU load. I got 40 watts on the CPU. It's quite ideal, so this indicates that I can use an older CPU. I don't need this i7 9 gen. This is quite fantastic. It's 43 degrees. Oh, that's a good temperature, and under 10 gig of system load. 9 gig actually. It's not ideal for 8 gig of system RAM, so you need 12, 16 theoretically in order to play the game. But when it comes to Crossfire, apparently it's working perfectly. So both of them, they are scaled. It's working both at the same time. It's overheating one with 82 degrees, even though the fan is maximum. Let me max it out. So I put the fan on maximum. Let's see, 100%. 3000 RPM, 3500 RPM on the second one. So theoretically it needs to be what, still 82 degrees. 82 degrees. Overheating. It's overheating. But I like the scaling. I like everything about this setup. I wish I had more VRAM, because the VRAM, actually no, the VRAM is not the problem. Apparently the problem is the core, 96% load on both of the cores. Hence why it's staying there. Now, if I increase the details, then I will start to see some stutters, and I don't want that. I like the MS how it's looking here, you know. So if you're asking me, this is the way I will play. I got a lot of details. Look at it, fantastic. It's kind of dark and I can't see too many things, but I like it. In the trees, in the bushes, everything, no spikes, everything is perfectly done. Perfect scaled. This is exactly how I want my Crossfire. Let's see how it's running with Far Cry Custom. All right, you got some nice, interesting settings here. Video, 1080p, DirectX 11, VSync 1 frame. Let's see what we can get. Exactly the performance I need from this system on maximum details with 2R9 video cards in Crossfire with VSync on. Apparently, I got some interesting performance. I'm not gonna lie. I left the VSync on because I know the core will be loaded, and with this occasion I get to play the game with proper FPS. Normal temperature, actually there's not normal temperature. 83 degrees is not normal temperature, but regardless, hopefully I was hoping it will be a bit normal. The load on the both of the GPUs it's very uniform. Still can't see any bugs. Maximum fan apparently doesn't save the GPU because of the details that the game has to pass by the GPU. 88 degrees is not an ideal temperature, so I have to quit as soon as possible because it's stressing the GPU. What the? Let's jump back in Assassin's Creed and see how it's running. Well, previously we tried with an older Crossfire and it didn't work. Now we have a newer Crossfire and voila, look at it. It's glorified 115 FPS, 3 gig of VRAM, maximum VRAM apparently. So with this system, apparently we are in a green. We're on a good zone, seriously. So 92%, 91% on both of the cores. 1000 megahertz, 100% load on the fan, both of them, but it's still overheating. So theoretically, this would be an ideal setup to play Assassin's Creed, and I love it. But it's maxed out on the VRAM, and that is not okay. But the core is maxed out, the VRAM is maxed out, so there's no complaining. The whole system is maxed out, but it's doing now a really nice work. 120 FPS. I like how it's working. Even the CPU is doing the job. It's 60 degrees on the CPU. That's not bad. And in our cases, we can actually benefit by installing this setup in an older system. Maybe only one video card. Who knows? Frame time is perfect. No spikes. No nothing. It's just doing its job, and that's it. I like it. The original question was if I can pair up 2 or 9 280X with different type of Suventor. This was a very interesting question for me, and apparently it was successful. Yes, I can pair it up. I just need to find the right games. The second question came, which games runs on 2 or 9 280X in Crossfire. So there's a couple of games that are compatible with this type of setup. Is the new games that are now released on DirectX 12, apparently they have no business with this type of setup, but overall I think this is a great idea if you're interested to run some older games. And yeah, that's it. It's, if you can find them cheap, it's worth it. Aside from that, it's not. If you want to keep one as a backup, yes, it's okay. I don't know how it's performing in other games, because I only had just opportunity to see a couple of them to see how it's behaving. Glitches, no glitches, compatible, non-compatible. But regardless, it done the job, and now I can move on. What do you think about the setup?